Imagine a bounty hunter who's left his violent past behind, only to be dragged back into a world filled with danger, revenge, and bloodshed. But what happens when this man's past comes knocking? Well, that's the story we're about to dive into. Directed by Jim Wynorski, Hard Bounty takes classic Western tropes and injects them with fresh, exciting elements. If you're a fan of Westerns or looking for something different, this movie promises a unique ride through a world of betrayal, redemption, and fierce confrontations. Stay tuned, because not only will we explore the action and drama, but we'll also dive into some lesser-known facts about the film that might surprise you. What did the critics miss, and how does this movie stand out in the crowded world of 90s Westerns? So make sure you stick around till the end to get the full breakdown. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to Movies Review. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a detailed movie analysis like this one. Let's get started. Meet Martin Canning, a man whose past is steeped in violence and lawlessness. Once a proud Texas Ranger, Canning is now a bounty hunter, hunting criminals and fugitives across the harsh wilderness. Played by Matt McCoy, Canning is no ordinary hero. He's a complex figure marked by regret and internal conflict. He's a man who once fought for justice but now operates in the grey area between law and chaos. His former life as a ranger isn't something he can escape easily, and it shows in the haunted look in his eyes and the way he carries himself. But when his conscience is pushed too far during a bounty mission, Canning's moral compass starts to unravel, leading him down a darker path. This is a man constantly trying to reconcile the honor he once had with the brutal reality of his new life as a bounty hunter. His story isn't just one of action, it's about a man wrestling with his own demons, struggling to define what's right and wrong in a world that doesn't offer clear answers. Canning's journey takes a sharp turn after a particular bounty mission goes horribly wrong. He's forced to confront the very principles that once defined him. In this pivotal moment, he makes a decision that will change the course of his life. He walks away from his life as a bounty hunter. The moral conflict that haunts him isn't just about the life he's chosen, but the bloodshed he's caused along the way. It's a soul-searching turning point in the film, a moment that truly defines Canning's character. He can no longer ignore the darkness that has consumed him, and he decides that he must leave this life behind. It's not a clean break. Canning knows there's no going back, but he hopes that by abandoning his violent past, he can start anew. This decision, however, sets the stage for his inevitable return to the world he thought he'd left behind. After leaving the bounty hunting world, Canning seeks to reinvent himself. He buys a saloon, a place where he can lay low and try to escape the ghosts of his past. Here, in this small and somewhat run-down establishment, he finds something he hadn't expected: love. Donnie, played by Kelly LeBrock, works at the saloon as a prostitute. Despite the circumstances, there's an undeniable connection between Canning and Donnie. She's strong-willed, independent, and unafraid to challenge the norms of her world. This relationship gives Canning a sense of redemption, a chance to build a life based on something other than violence. But while the saloon represents a potential fresh start for him, Canning can't outrun his past forever. This new life is fragile, and the peace he's trying to build is about to be shattered. The peace Canning hopes for is short-lived. His past comes crashing back when Carver, a former rival, rolls into town. Played by John Teleski, Carver is a ruthless and calculating figure, a man with a deep grudge against Canning. Carver's arrival isn't just a random coincidence, it's a ticking time bomb that sets off a tragic series of events. As Canning tries to keep his distance from the violence he once thrived in, Carver's presence forces him to confront everything he's tried to escape. Carver's actions lead to a series of brutal confrontations, and the ripple effect is felt by everyone in town, especially Donnie. The stakes are raised, and Canning realizes that his battle is far from over. He's been pulled back into the violence of his former life, and this time he can't run away. As the conflict between Canning and Carver escalates, the women of the saloon, including Donnie, find themselves caught in the crossfire. However, Donnie is no helpless victim. In one of the film's most compelling turns, Donnie and the other women take matters into their own hands. They refuse to be mere bystanders to the violence that has disrupted their lives. This is a pivotal moment in the film, showcasing the strength and agency of the female characters. It's a bold move, one that challenges traditional gender roles in the Western genre. While Canning is preoccupied with his own demons, it's the women who step up to take action. This shift in dynamics is a powerful statement, as the women aren't just supporting characters, they're driving the plot forward and seeking their own justice. The film culminates in an explosive final showdown. With tensions reaching a boiling point, Canning decides to join forces with Donnie and the other women to confront Carver and his gang once and for all. This final confrontation isn't just about physical violence. It's a resolution of everything Canning has been running from. It's a battle of ideals. Honor versus revenge, love versus hatred, redemption versus destruction. The film ends with a sense of closure for Canning, though not in the way he may have hoped. He's come full circle, having to make tough choices and face the consequences of his past actions. The conclusion is bittersweet, offering a glimpse of redemption but leaving lingering questions about the true cost of Canning's choices. Ultimately, Hard Bounty is a story about redemption and the price one must pay to escape their past. Martin Canning, the film's central figure, is more than just a typical Western hero. Portrayed by Matt McCoy, Canning is a man caught between two worlds: the lawman he once was and the bounty hunter he's become. His journey is defined by internal conflict, a constant struggle between his sense of honor and the violence that his job demands. What makes Canning such a compelling character is that he's not a perfect hero. He's a man deeply flawed by his past decisions. His story arc is built around his attempt to seek redemption for the bloodshed and moral compromises he's made. Canning isn't running from the law, he's running from himself. When the tragedy strikes, he can no longer deny the need for justice and reconciliation. Canning represents the Western archetype of a lone man seeking to right his wrongs, but with the added complexity of his past hanging over him like a shadow. His character's evolution is not just physical, his journey is about wrestling with the very nature of what it means to be good or bad. Kelly LeBrock's portrayal of Donnie is nothing short of impressive. In a genre often known for sidelining women, Donnie is a powerful character who defies expectations. A prostitute working in Canning's saloon, Donnie is initially seen as a mere love interest, but as the plot unfolds, she becomes one of the story's most dynamic and important figures. Donnie is not a damsel in distress, she's a woman of agency, wit, and strength. When Carver's gang wreaks havoc on the town, Donnie steps up to defend herself and the other women, showing a level of courage that rivals the male characters. Her arc reflects a broader theme of female empowerment, offering a counterpoint to the traditionally male-dominated Western narratives. Donnie's relationship with Canning isn't just about romance, it's about mutual respect and understanding. Through Donnie, the film challenges the notion that women in Westerns are merely secondary characters, revealing her as a central force in the film's narrative. John Teleski's portrayal of Carver is chilling. As the film's antagonist, Carver is a ruthless character driven by revenge. He represents the darker side of Canning's past, a reminder that no matter how far you run, the ghosts of your past will always catch up with you. Carver is no mere villain. He's a symbol of the violence Canning tried to escape. His arrival in town sets off the chain of events that force Canning to confront his past head-on. Carver's actions are calculated, and he's not driven by mere greed or malice. He seeks retribution for past wrongs. What makes Carver so dangerous is his ability to manipulate those around him, using Canning's former allies and enemies as pawns in his quest for revenge. He serves as the catalyst for Canning's return to action, pushing the protagonist to a place where there's no escape. Carver's presence is a reminder of the consequences of living a violent life. Those choices don't just affect you, they affect everyone around you. One of the central themes of Hard Bounty is the conflict between justice and revenge. Throughout the film, Canning is forced to navigate this delicate balance. He's no longer the lawman he once was, but he's still motivated by a sense of honor. The film explores how easy it is to slip from seeking justice into seeking revenge. Canning starts off wanting to escape the violence of his past, but when he's forced back into action, his desire for justice soon transforms into a need for revenge against Carver. The film's portrayal of this shift is both nuanced and compelling, showing how the line between these two motivations can become blurred in times of conflict. The film raises important questions about whether true justice can ever be achieved through violent means and whether revenge ever truly leads to redemption. Another key theme in Hard Bounty is redemption. Canning's story is not just about external action, but about his internal struggle for forgiveness. He has already made the decision to walk away from his past life, but redemption isn't easy to come by. The film asks whether it's possible to truly escape your past or if the consequences will always catch up with you. Canning's journey is a reflection of this idea. He wants to leave behind the man who once hunted down criminals for a living, but the past continually forces him to confront his choices. By the end of the film, Canning's redemption is not just about him surviving the final showdown, but about him accepting responsibility for his actions and making amends, even if it means putting himself in harm's way. Hard Bounty ultimately suggests that redemption is not a destination, but a continuous journey, a theme that resonates long after the credits roll. In a film where the stakes are high and the violence is unrelenting, Hard Bounty introduces a refreshing twist by giving its female characters a voice and agency. Donnie and the other women in the saloon are not passive characters waiting to be saved. Instead, they actively take control of their fates. When Carver's gang threatens the town, it's Donnie and the women who take the first step in seeking justice. This message of empowerment is a powerful one, especially within the traditionally male-dominated genre of westerns. The film subverts the typical trope of women being relegated to the background, instead making them central figures who challenge both their circumstances and the norms of their time. The strength and resilience of these women reflect a broader cultural shift, one where female characters are no longer confined to secondary roles. Hard Bounty is a film that pays homage to the Western genre while also modernizing it for a 90s audience. Shot at old Tucson studios, the film captures the iconic desert landscapes and rugged terrains that are a hallmark of the Western genre. The cinematography is beautiful yet gritty, capturing the harshness of the environment and the emotional intensity of the characters. The wide shots of the desert serve as a metaphor for the isolation Canning feels, while the interior scenes, often in dimly lit rooms, mirror the darkness of his soul. The film doesn't rely on overly stylized visuals, but instead uses the setting and the framing of shots to emphasize the themes of the story: loneliness, redemption, and the inevitability of violence. It's a visual style that echoes the classic westerns, but with a contemporary feel, making it both nostalgic and fresh. Jim Wynorski, known for his work in various genres, brings his own flair to Hard Bounty. While many directors might have opted for a more traditional Western approach, Wynorski blends elements of action, suspense, and drama, creating a film that feels both familiar and new. His use of pacing is particularly effective, building tension as the story unfolds. There are moments of quiet reflection, followed by bursts of intense action that keep the audience on the edge of their seat. Wynorski's approach to the genre is not just about the action, it's about creating a story that has heart and emotional depth, making Canning's journey feel more personal. The director's style is evident in how the characters are framed and in the subtle ways he infuses the film with a sense of moral complexity. Wynorski ensures that Hard Bounty isn't just another shoot-'em-up western, but a character-driven story with genuine emotional stakes. Hard Bounty received mixed reviews upon its release, with some critics praising its bold approach to the western genre, while others felt it didn't fully live up to its potential. Many viewers appreciated the film's willingness to subvert traditional Western tropes, especially in its portrayal of female empowerment and its complex, morally ambiguous lead. However, some critics felt that the execution was uneven at times, especially in terms of pacing and character development. Despite these mixed reviews, Hard Bounty found a niche audience, particularly among fans of unconventional westerns. Its unique blend of action, drama, and redemption resonated with viewers who were looking for something a little different in the genre. Though Hard Bounty was never a mainstream hit, it has found a dedicated following among Western enthusiasts who appreciate its willingness to push the boundaries of the genre. The film's exploration of complex themes, its strong female characters, and its morally ambiguous protagonist have made it a cult classic in certain circles. It may not have achieved widespread recognition, but for those who seek out hidden gems in the Western world, Hard Bounty stands out as a film that tried to do more than just deliver gunfights and horseback chases. It's a film that asks big questions about redemption, justice, and the cost of violence, questions that continue to resonate with viewers long after the film's release. In conclusion, Hard Bounty offers a unique take on the Western genre, blending action, redemption, and deep character development in a way that sets it apart from typical Westerns. With a morally complex protagonist, strong female characters, and thought-provoking themes, it's a film that not only entertains, but also challenges traditional genre conventions. If you're a fan of Westerns looking for something different, this film is definitely worth a watch. It's an underrated gem that offers much more than just shootouts and desert landscapes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more reviews and summaries. We've got plenty more content coming your way, so stay tuned and join us on our journey through the world of movies.